All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to just get into the nitty gritty and get right into what the PC Gamer posted on their website about the new Prism systems coming to Remnant 2 in the new DLC, The Dark Horizon. The TLDR of this is that you can unlock 7 Prisms, which take about 10 to 12 hours to do. And once you do, you can choose from over 45 possible stat boosts, which you can fuse together to give you fusion bonuses with the Prism system. Now, with the upcoming DLC, we have some other things that have been shown to us due to Legacy Gaming, the YouTube channel, which is pinned in the comment section below. Go check out their channel. They were introduced and shown and probably played with the glider a little bit, and they showed off some more gameplay for the Warden. Now, the thing I want to focus on here is the movement with the Warden. As you can see, he has a heavy roll. So I predicted this earlier that the Narud armor was going to be a heavy set armor, and you can tell it's heavy set because he's not gaining much distance from the rolls. He's tanking a lot of hits, so hopefully some defensive systems have been changed a little bit to give us a little bit more tankiness. Now, endurance may have already been in the game. I don't remember seeing that little trait there that looked like that. Maybe got a little facelift. But perception and preservation is probably going to be the down but not out state, and the I instantly lost it once it came off the screen. So you have preservation and perception. Perception is probably going to be one of those traits where enemies detect you from a range or less from the range. So more like assassin type deals when you end up, if you want to utilize that play style. Now, the pylons that we can see in the boss rush mode, again, this content is brought to us by the Legacy Gaming exclusive. I'll go ahead and clipped a little bit from their channel, that you're going to be introduced with those buffs, but you can skip the buffs because I want to say you can only have 5 buffs active at a time. Now, most importantly, we're going to be able to get those corrupted shards so we can in turn get our corrupted weapons from Dwell and turn those in. That's going to be a big thing because only in apocalypse mode is when you really like run into them like all the time. But so the higher the difficulty, the more you run into those aberrations, which getting those corrupted shards is quite hard to do. Now we see that Dwell gets a little bit of a facelift here. We can see that the red relic, the blue relic, and the yellow relic, we are able to purchase these from Dwell. These are basically base relics, and we're going to go a little bit into what he got going on. So you can see he has mutators and stuff for sale. I saw there's probably about 2 new mutators for him to be selling, and that we're going to be using relic dust to purchase these fragments. So hopefully we won't have to regrind out the fragments, but it seems like you're going to need fragments anyway in order to feed into the Prism. So let's get into the Prism right now. So the Prism system, we're going to slow this down in a little bit, and you can see that feed the fragment into the Prism in order to get a gotcha game system of what you want to select. Now, when you feed it into the Prism, it is consumed. That fragment is consumed based off of that fragment level in order to get the rolls equivalent to that fragment level. And this is the Prism of Greed. I'm guessing that's what we're going to all start off with. And then you can go into feeding it more. So you'd find the Prism, you'd feed it in there, you have a possible roll set. Our fragment system was the old system that we probably all still have. They're probably just consumable items at this point that are going to be fed into this Prism. And those 7 prisms that are sitting on the side, that's your Prism of Greed, Hate, Gluttony, and it just seems like the 7 deadly sins just kind of changed the name a little bit. And PC Gamer last posted this with the fragments, with the Prisms. The TLDR of this little clip here is that the Prisms have legendary segments. You can combine them. There are legendary traits that can be combined to give you up to 40 extra additional trait points. Ones that give you infinite stamina, ones that will give you the access to use both prime perks at the same time. The combinations seem to be absolutely ridiculous in this final DLC that Gunfire Games is putting out for Remnant 2. Now, just to note here that Remnant 2 developers, Gunfire Games, have said many times in an elusive way that yes, this is their last obligated DLC as part of the 3-pack that they were supposed to drop. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Gunfire Games is done giving us content. So I will continue to hope for the best, as Remnant 1 didn't really see that much of a build, that much of a hype. It was kind of a cult classic game, and yet we got the Corsairs DLC, and we also got like Subject 42. Remnant 1 still holds up to this day if you guys do want to give that a try. Hopefully you guys have had enough time to read this little PC blog post for yourself in order to gain more of a grasp. I will leave a link in that description below so you can go to the PC Gamer website and read the full blog post for yourself. And again, there will be a link to Legacy's Gaming overall channel to check out that full video. That link will be directly to Legacy Gaming's video. They made an awesome video on their exclusive there. And from what I heard, Fair Extra Life did some type of DLC interview with the developers. I don't know what he posted that on, but I heard he had more information there about that, but I couldn't gather that today. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the content. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.